Hey, welcome back. It is now time to talk about the CMA, a competitive market analysis, a comparable market analysis, a market evaluation. Lots of names for these, but bottom line is we're simply doing market research of homes that have sold comparable to the property that we're trying to price so that we can establish a competitive asking price. Okay? That's the simple part to it. You don't want to use CMA or any other slick things. Even a market evaluation doesn't really tell the norm what that really is. If I want to tell people, why don't we get together, let's find out what your home is worth, I might say, let me do an evaluation of the market to help you determine what your home is actually worth. Make sense? For you, here's what we need to do. How do we actually determine value? So we're going to keep it simple. You've heard of the KISS principle. If you haven't, you're going to hear it later, sooner or later. But give it to you now. Keep it simple, salesperson. Here's what it is. In determining value, there's a few things that we need to take a look at. Essentially, again, homes comparable to the seller. 3 areas. 1, those that have recently sold. 2, those that are currently on the market. And 3, although I may not keep them part of it, are those that were similar on the market but did not sell. Now I'll hold those. They have no determinant on the valuation. They have no determination upon what the value of the property is. But what they do is to tell a seller, don't do what these people did. More often than not, they've overpriced the property. 2 key ones that will actually give us the clearest indication of value: those that are recently sold, those that are currently on the market. So then let's make this note. What makes a property comparable? Let's write these down because you're going to need this as you follow through on the exercise that's coming up. Location, and you've heard the 3 rules of real estate. Location, location, location. Yes. The most important part that we've got is the location. Style or architecture. Compare 2 stories to 2 stories. Ranch homes with ranch homes. Bungalows with bungalows. A tri to a tri. And I might do a quad with a tri. But typically, try to stay right together with what you've got. You'll learn more about this as you go. The floor plan, what does it offer? Bedrooms, baths, square footage, basements, garages. The condition. Ooh, there's a tough one. How do we search condition? Might be the age of the house. But listen, we've all seen turn of the century homes that are like brand new. Yeah, it's a tough one, but really what we're judging when we put in anything regarding year built, it's the condition in reality more than anything else. And of course, lastly, not often used, but can be, amenities. Amenities would be a finished basement. How about, now let's break it down to this. How about underground sprinkling? Air conditioning would be a nice amenity. Listen, most have it, but it's a drawback if it doesn't. Amenities. Just think of the things that are really nice. You might even call them features. Okay? So, how would we use those homes that have recently sold? Well, what I would tell you is it's the best indication as to what the actual market value would be, what the market is willing to bear. How will we use the current listings? Well, I want you to get familiar with it and call it this. It is the competition. You see, regardless of the market, we are competing for the available buyer. Along with that, they'll also give us an indication as to where the market is going. Going up, going down. Where do I price it in regard to my competition so that I can create the highest value? And of course, what are the expireds? Again, going to tell us, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, don't make the same mistake as what these people did. Really, expireds are about handling any objection to what the market's not willing to pay. Otherwise, if a seller says, I want to do this, you can't see my hand. Well, then let's bring them down because the expireds are up here. Actives are typically here, sold's about here. So how do we use information such as price, terms, or time on the market? Well, again, price is going to help us determine what the home should be listed at and approximately what we could expect the home to sell for. Terms, listen, depending upon the terms that they're willing to accept, can make a big difference. If they say, I won't take anything but cash, I won't deal with financing, look, you're not going to get the same amount. You just dropped out about 90% of the people who buy a home because they don't have cash. So you see, it really does make a difference. And if I look at a home that's comparable, that has sold, but it took 6 months to sell, look at the history and see what the difference was between what they listed for and what they accepted. You'll probably see that there was a very high price. All of that goes into what's the proper thing to do with this price. I want you to get 3 to 5 comparable properties. Again, we've already discussed what comparables are. If you use more than that, you'll start confusing them when it comes to the point of actually presenting price. Today we're only talking about gathering the information. What do you believe the value of the property actually is? Look toward that. In the end, make sure it's in writing. What's in writing is believable. But know this. When it comes to presenting the price, your job is not to tell them a price. It's not to tell them what you believe it's worth or what it would sell for. Your job is to help them determine what a realistic, competitive asking price will be. So go to it. You know the assignment. Then share with us with your manager, your mentor, but complete the assignment. Have fun.